Well, good morning, fans, as we welcome in here on auditing.com for Avon football, our tape-delayed broadcast of Avon JV football today as the Orioles take on Whiteland. I'm Rob Kendall. Your play-by-play announcer for the day will be Leck Zorn. We'll talk to Leck in just a moment. As you can see, the team captains heading out onto the field. I want to thank our sponsors for today's broadcast, including Red Cobra Wrestling, also Avon Dental Center, McNamara Florist, and Reynolds Body Shop. We'll be hearing from them in just a little bit. We start today by welcoming in our play-by-play announcer, Leck Zorn. Leck, how's it going?
It's great. Just starting to recover from that barn burner I covered last night out at Tri-West. A big come-from-behind 21-17 win for the Bruins over the visiting Stars. And now looking forward to this game. This is our third Avon freshman game of the season. They're a very exciting team full of young talent that I'm sure will be lighting up the varsity team over the next 3 years, especially running back Jarrett Stephen, number 21, who we see there out at midfield now. So this should be a great game. Last night in the varsity matchup between these two schools, Avon lost by a score of 22-21. And do you know who commentated that game?
Yeah, it was Marcus Fredwell filling in for Brian Scott, who was under the weather. That was a great game. Unfortunately, our Orioles came up a little bit short on there, had a 14-0 lead at halftime and just couldn't hang on. So obviously looking to bounce back. But again, Luck, as you know, it's only what matters week 10 and moving forward.
That's right. And I think a couple of these close losses that the Orioles have taken this season are the type that build character that you can learn from and come back strong from. And of course, here in Indiana high school football, there are no BCS story about, thankfully. It's all about toughening yourself up for the regular season. And other than that, though, it was a very good night in Hendricks County, except for Cascade. The other four teams in the county all got big wins. Brownsburg, improved to 5-0 with a big win up at Fishers, playing through the adversity of their head coach, Rick Wimmer, having been placed on administrative leave earlier in the day. Plainfield got a big-time win down there at Greenwood. And then, of course, I mentioned Tri-West got a win over Western Boone. And finally, and now Whiteland set to kick off here. And let's see who's back deep to receive for the Orioles. It's a long kick. It's going to be fielded about the 12, right up to the 15. Cuts through the middle and gets up to about the 22. That was Spencer Strout. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the wrong roster here. Wait, do we have any freshman rosters here? I just realized they gave me the varsity roster. Okay. So now let's see, lining up at quarterback for the Orioles, we have number 18. Wonder where we got that idea. He hands off to Cameron Sims, who breaks through for about 20 yards. So good start to the game for the Orioles offense. Zach Reinhart is the starting quarterback for the Orioles. He's very good size at 6'5", 190. 6'5", about optimal height for a quarterback. So now they line up. They've got Robbie Heaton lined up to the left along with another receiver. And we get the handoff again to Sims. He breaks through it. He could go all the way. One man to beat. Yes, he's going all the way in. That's going to be 56 yards down the right sideline for a touchdown. Cameron Sims, outstanding rush there. Boy, with him and Jarrett Stephen from the freshman team, man, you've got quite a nucleus there for the future.
Yeah, it was a great run that time, Leck. Just got the corner and was off to the races.
Yeah. So 56 yards there by Cameron Sims. And let's see, holding is Lucas Carrillo. High snap, but he gets it down, and the extra point is up, and it is good. Brian Mansfield is the kicker there.
All right, hey, Reynolds Body Shop is a proud sponsor of Avon Football Broadcast. They're conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Their phone number is 243-2372, and they're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 5. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at reynoldsbodyshop.com.
Back here at Avon in this JV game, it took only 32 seconds for your Orioles to strike first blood on a 56-yard rush down the right side by Cameron Sims, and the extra point by Brian Mansfield brings us to our current score of 7-0. So now Mansfield kicking off here. 2 Warriors back deep to receive. It kicks deep, fielded at about the 10, right up to the 15, 20, and now 25, and brought down from behind, gets up close to the 30. So now we'll get our first look of the game at the Warriors offense. Both of these varsity teams in this rebuilding year have a record of 2-3. But they both have longtime head coaches with a strong history of winning, so you can be sure that they're going to make great strides the rest of the season and have a strong foundation for the future of these programs. So now we got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. First offensive play of the game for Whiteland. Screen pass over to the right side, good for about 5 yards. And let me see who that was. Yeah, I hate it when the players walk parallel to me, so I can't see their jersey number. But anyway, they're going to mark it, let's see, at about the 31. And it's the starting quarterback of Whiteland is Kevin Stucker. And he hands off now, and let's see who got it. That was number 29 for Whiteland, Lance Parson, who they've got credit for. So they're not updating the scoreboard very well today, but it looks like he's going to be about a yard too short for the 3rd and 3 now, they're saying. So 3rd and 3. Let's see if the Warriors will move the chains or if they'll give the ball back to the Orioles with a chance to take a 2-possession lead early. Now Stucker fakes the handoff, nearly sacked, throws down to his right, nearly intercepted, but it's caught there around the 45, and he could go all the way. 30, 25, 21 man to beat, and he tries to cut toward the middle, and he's brought down just inside the 10. So that's going to be a gain of about 60 yards there.
Yeah, the Avon defensive back went for it that time, Leck. Went for the ball. Receiver got behind him, and he was, as we just said earlier, off to the races.
Yeah, Landon Lowry with a very nice reception there. The first pass of the game. And that's definitely a high-risk play there. And they're moving it up to the 8. So the play covers 55 yards. So now let's see, we line up with, we got Lowry to the left and another receiver to the right. 2 running backs now. A handoff there. I could not tell who got it, but he's brought down at about the line of scrimmage. Got a scrum there.
Yeah, Avon's interior line really going to have to stiffen up here. And the one nice thing about having it 1st and goal, they can't get behind you.
Yep, as Hunter Smith there on the rush. Boy, I called another Hunter Smith for another team this year. I don't remember which one.
Also a former punter for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes. Also, both Avon and I've also commentated Avon, Franklin and Plainfield players named Hunter Smith. So it's a very, very, very popular name these days. So now lined up with 2 receivers to the left. And now Stucker drops back, dodges out of a sack, but then he is brought down by another defender, by 2 defenders for Avon, so it's going to be a huge loss of about 12 yards.
Yeah, nice job by Avon that time, staying in pursuit and ultimately able to record the sack.
Yes, indeed. So that'll bring up 3rd and very long, and they mark him back now. They're going to call it a 10-yard loss there. 10-yard loss for Stucker, the quarterback for Avon.
For Whiteland.
Oh, Whiteland, yes, yeah. A little jumbled, commentating 2 games in 12 hours. So anyway, now we got handoff there. No, he gives it to the guy on the other side. That was, I believe,
end around that time, Leck.
Yep.
Number 48, I think.
Yeah, that's. Well, they don't have a 48 on their roster.
Evan Hillman. There we go, Evan Hillman, listed as a wide
40.
receiver.
Oh, yeah. Okay, they've got the number. It goes from 48 to 47. So Hillman gets 7 yards on his first rush.
And now a big 4th and goal stand here for your Orioles. Of course, Avon in that menacing home black uniforms. Gold letters and number, or white letters and numbers, gold trim.
So now Hillman lined up to the left, 1 receiver to the right, 1 running back, Stucker under shotgun. Rolls to his left, looks into the end zone, 4th and goal now. Throws into the end zone. It's going to be up for grabs, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, and our corner there, what would that be? That'd be the northwest corner of the end zone is blocked by the wall there, so we apologize that you couldn't see that. But Leck was on it, told you exactly what happened, and incomplete pass, so Avon will now get the ball back, and we will see what they can do now. Hey, McNamara Florist is Indy's hometown florist since 1954 with 8 convenient locations, including the Avon store on Rockville Road. McNamara Florist is famous for our floral designs for all occasions that help our clients express their emotions through flowers. Visit McNamara Florist for outstanding personal service and to select from their renowned home decor merchandise, including stunning Christmas classics. McNamara Florist is located at 9655 East Highway 36 in Avon and can be found at 579-7900.
So back to action here. We got a short rush to start off the drive. That was Cameron Sims, fresh off that 56-yarder. They give him credit for 6 on this one. So now with Cameron Sims and Jarrett Stephen, you certainly have a great running back future for this program. It's now lining up with, let's see, we've got 2 receivers now to the right, 1 to the left. Sims, the running back. Gets it on the handoff, gets a hole up at the 25, breaks through the 30, stiff arms his way up almost to the 35. So they move the chains again. Give him about 10 yards there for Sims. So now they'll line up with, to the right, they've got Lucas Carrillo and Cedric McBride, as well as 1 receiver. And now a fumble, but he gets it back up. Sims did, and he makes about a 3-yard gain out of it. So Sims makes something out of nothing there. Could have been a disastrous play. They end up getting about 3 yards out of it, bringing up 2nd and 7. 4 for 75 on the ground by my count for Sims, including that awesome 56-yard touchdown. And now we've got, let's see, Robbie Heaton lined up to the left. And a low snap, but he gets it and takes it himself. He got his flag, and he's brought down for a loss, but let's see what the penalty is.
It's in the backfield, probably in the area of a hold, the Leck.
Yeah, that would be my educated guess as well. Yeah, it is going to be a hold against the Orioles.
Yeah, usually you can tell what the penalty is going to be based on where the flag was thrown, Leck.
Yep, that's true.
They did decline the penalty, though, based on where the ball was. That was a loss on the play, so they figured they would rather take the loss and get the down.
Yep, that's right. So it'll go down as a minus 6-yard rush there by the quarterback, Zach Reinhardt. So now Reinhardt drops back, throws up the middle, and it's actually, well, that's ought to hit the face mask of, let's see, that was Dakota DeBown for Whiteland. I don't think I've ever seen a pass hit the face mask. That was certainly...
That was a bullet, Leck. He had some mustard on that one.
Yes, indeed. It's ironic, you mentioned, that he had mustard on it. I remember that's actually, believe it or not, what provoked Latrell Sprewell to attack P.J. Carlesimo. Carlesimo told Sprewell to put more mustard on his pass. So now a high snap on the punt, but he gets it away. It bounces at the 35, takes a short. Now it takes a good Avon bounce, goes out of bounds around the 24 or 25. So that'll be a net punt of over 40 yards. Robbie Heaton, the wide receiver for the Orioles, I wonder if he's related to, I wonder if he's the son of Bob Heaton, who is a player on the 1979 Indiana State team with Larry Bird.
I think he still lives over in Terre Haute, Leck.
Oh, okay.
Avon has a rich wrestling tradition. Red Cobra Wrestling is proud to be a part of that. Red Cobra Wrestling offers training sessions run by nationally known coach Chad Red. Red Cobra Wrestling is located at 9233 East Highway 36 in Avon, across the street from Walmart and behind sidelines in the Red Brick Building. Red Cobra Wrestling offers sessions for all ages, including 3rd grade and under, 4th grade and up. Learn more about prices, class schedules, and information at redcobrawrestling.com.
So back here at Avon, a very fast-paced game, 2:31 to go now in the quarter. We have a short run there.
I believe Bob Heaton is now a state representative.
He is, yes. Maybe Robbie Heaton's a nephew or something like that. So, one time I did an Avon game, they had a player named Hoffa, and I jokingly asked if he was related to Jimmy Hoffa, but then I found out that Jimmy Hoffa is actually just from Brazil, Indiana, about an hour west. So, actually, it's a good possibility. So... Anyway, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Stucker under center. And he hands the ball off, but he's met with a brick wall of defenders. I could not even tell who got it, but he didn't get much. He might have gotten a yard on forward progress.
Yeah, it was number 28 for Whiteland, Luke Richardson. He actually never went down, was in the pile, but they whistled him dead based on the stopping the forward progress.
Indeed, yes.
Like I was at Plainfield or at Greenwood last night for the Plainfield game. That game was done at like 9:03.
Yeah, I was. I kept on refreshing my browser to get the scores every few minutes. I was amazed how early that game was done. And what a big time win there for Coach Woodard. Plainfield 3-2. Keep in mind their 2 losses are by 4 to Avon and by 7 to Roncalli. So give Coach Woodard credit for scheduling tough, and looking forward to calling them Friday night at Lucas Oil Stadium. Back to action here, though. Got Stucker passes for a first down.
Yeah, and next week, Leck, that is a big game for Avon. You mentioned next week Lucas Oil, which is where Plainfield will be. Avon, big game for them as they're going to take on Fishers at home. They really need to get back into the winning way of things, and we'll see if they can do it. Brian Scott hopefully will be back and have all the play-by-play action for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Brian's become a staple here at Avon these last several years. Great commentator, of course. So now we got 1 receiver out to 2 receivers out to the right. Now one going, and now a handoff there and he's brought down for a short gain. Could not tell who that was. That was number 36. That would be Brock Christensen. They give him credit for 2 yards there. Whiteland are already using, and now that will run out the first quarter. So we head to the second quarter here at Avon with your Orioles leading the visiting Whiteland Warriors by a score of 6-0 on audiosportsonline.com. As they give Luke Richardson credit for 2 runs. By my count, they've already used 5 rushers for the Warriors. And so now, the only score of the game so far, 56-yard rush there by Cameron Sims. And it was just he who has 3 other rushes in the game. His total so far, by my count, 4 rushes, 75 yards. And now we start the second quarter here. They got 10 minutes. They have 10-minute games in varsity. So I'm finally getting the hang of it. It's 9 for freshmen and 9 for freshmen and 10 for JV. So now you got 1 receiver to each side, 2 running backs for Whiteland. They have white jerseys with blue pants and blue helmets. Throws deep down the right side, but it is overthrown there. And we got a flag. Might be a pass interference against Avon.
Yeah, he was the cornerback for Avon doing some checking there on the sideline. And, in the grand scheme of things, maybe worth it, Leck, as it prevented a big play. Now we'll see the Whiteland receiver looking a little better, so we'll see what because he was running.
Yeah, you offensive pass.
I think it is going to be offensive. It is going to be offensive pass interference. There you go.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot, but it pops up occasionally. So definitely, a setback for the Warriors. And let's see. So 9:55 to go here in the first quarter. I'll tell you, both these teams have good color schemes, to see numbers. Last night, Western Boone, I'd never called them before. I didn't know what their uniforms were like. They had the worst color scheme of all time. They had gray jerseys and red numbers, which especially under the light made it almost impossible to tell who was who. So that was an interesting game to call. Now, Tri-West, their numbers are very easy to pick out. So much credit to the Bruins program. And now Lebanon, when I've called them in the past, they've had very hard. They had black jerseys and purple lettering. We'll be calling them Friday night against Tri-West, so we'll see how their uniforms are this time. But now, nice move there. They brought down the Whiteland running back for a sack. That was that was Cameron. I'm sorry, the wrong roster there. That was Luke Richardson.
Yeah, boy, Avon's getting some great penetration from the defensive line early on in this one, Leck.
Yeah, so definitely they clearly have a bright future for this program, and especially with the varsity team struggling after this 2-3 start, it wouldn't surprise me if you saw several of these guys play varsity ball before the end of the season. Of course, Coach Bless has done an outstanding job here, taking Avon from a good program to a perennial top 10 program. Nearly got to the state championship game last year, losing to Center Grove by 1 point. And, obviously it's a little bit of a growing pain to adjust to losing Brandon Peters, but they'll be back. As we got another short gain there by the Warriors. That was once again Richardson. He's gotten the ball the last 2 times. So 8:43 to go, second quarter. Did Avon miss the extra point?
Yeah, it was
okay.
It was no good.
Okay, couldn't remember that. So I just noticed the scoreboard said 6-0. No, sometimes they actually forget to add it on the scoreboard. But now it's a punt from the 10. A very short punt, bounces at the 37, out of bounds at about the 42. So Avon will be taking over in excellent field position.
Avon Dental Center is a proud sponsor of Avon High School sports broadcast. Dr. Timothy Greer, DDS, and Dr. Christopher Lefebvre have served Hendricks County families for over 20 years. Located in Avon's Beechwood Center area, just east of Ivy Tech, they're open Monday through Friday, although early morning hours are available. Avon Dental Center offers high-tech dentistry that includes dental implants, orthodontics, and one-appointment crowns. At Avon Dental Center, their priority is to deliver quality care to informed patients in a comfortable and convenient setting. You can get more information about Avon Dental Center at avondentalcenter.com or call for an appointment at 272-8100. Avon Dental Center has made and donated custom mouth guards to Avon High School athletes every year for the last 15 years. Parents can contact our office if interested in one of them for their high school athlete. The athletes love them. Leck?
Yeah, so we started off the drive with a 7-yard rush by Cameron Sims. Now we've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Simmons, the running back. Simmons gets it again. He finds a hole up to 30, 25. He's got a first down and much more short of the 20.
Yeah, shoestring tackle there. He was tripped up, but he actually ran into his own man who was downfield blocking. That was what ultimately took him down, but still a nice run.
Yeah, I get another 12 there for Sims. I already have him 6 for 94 early in the second quarter. He's very likely to go over the century mark here. So 1st and 10 at the 23. Now they line up with McBride and Carrillo to the left, and then let's see, Heaton to the left, the other two to the right. Now we got a different running back, number 36, and we got a flag here that is Devon Effinger, who's got about 6 or 7 if it counts, but, we will see if it...
Effinger was looking for contact, too. He found the tackler and went right for him.
But it's going to be coming back. It's going to be a hold against the Orioles, 7:36 to go. Avon leading 6-0 in the second quarter. Whiteland winning the varsity matchup last night by a score of 22-21. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 at the 30. So now the Orioles line up. They've got now Carrillo out to the left, and a handoff there to that's Effinger again. He takes past the 30, breaks through a tackle, gets inside and he fumbles, but it's picked up by another Oriole.
Sometimes it's just being in the right place at the right time, and that was a good break for Avon.
Yeah, so he took it up about 15 yards. So that'll be a 15-yard gain there by Effinger on this first gain of the morning that counts. So now in shotgun, hand the ball to Sims back in the game, and he breaks through inside the 5. So another first down there by Cameron Sims. That puts him over the century mark. Boy, I'll tell you, with Sims, Effinger, and Jarrett Stephen from the freshman team, what a trio of future running backs they have. Now, I haven't commentated any Avon varsity games this year. I don't know who their running backs are now, but their running backs of the future are dynamite. So now fakes the handoff to end. Ryan Art tries to take it himself, and he's going to be just short of the goal line. They're going to give him credit for about 2 or 3 there. 6:12 to go now. Avon knocking on the door of a 2-touchdown lead here. Yeah, they give him credit for 3, so it'll be 2nd and goal at the 1. So now we've got, got Carrillo and McBride lining up to the left now. Heaton to the left, Carrillo and McBride to the right. Handoff to Sims, and he's easily in for the touchdown.
Nice job by Avon that time. Leck just plowing forward and putting it in the end zone.
Yeah, Cameron Sims now with 1 touchdown in each quarter. To go with 106 overall rushing yards. This one coming with 5:53 to go here in the second quarter. Not as pretty as his first one, but it counts for as many points. So now kicker, once again, Brian Mansfield. High snap, but he gets it down. It's a short kick, but I believe he just missed that one again. So Mansfield over 2 on extra points.
Hey, Reynolds Body Shop is a proud sponsor of Avon Football Broadcast. They're conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Their phone number is 243-2372, and they're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 5. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at reynoldsbodyshop.com.
Back here at Avon, your Orioles having an excellent game so far. 5:53 to go here in the second quarter. They lead the Whiteland Warriors by a score of 12-0. All of the scoring was done on 2 rushing touchdowns by Cameron Sims, and both times the extra point attempt failed. Sims is a junior, 5'11", 185. And he looks like a man among boys there on the field right now. Already over the century mark, and we're not even halfway through this second quarter of what's only a 40-minute game here in JV ball. So it's kickoff fielded about the 13, brought up to the 15, takes it over to the far right of the field up to the 20, and he's then breaks tackle at the 20, that gets up to about the 26 where he's knocked out of bounds. That's a nice return there, a good second and third effort by Dakota DeBon. So now Whiteland takes over on offense. They done some, they've had a couple of good moments on offense, but they have had trouble sustaining drives. It's like Tri-West did last night, and they won it on about the most amazing missed tackle I've ever seen in my 38 years of watching football. So one that I didn't see coming, which is why my call of the game was so incoherent. But anyway, so the Warriors line up 2 receivers to the left. Kevin Stucker is the quarterback. He's under center. Takes the ball, hands off, and I cannot tell who got it. Let's see, that was number 29. It's a good running back number. Lance Parson for his second carry of the game. They give him credit for 3. Lance Parson is, let's see there. He is also a junior, 5'9", 140. Needs to bulk up a little bit, but, looks to have a lot of talent. So now Kevin Stucker under center with one running back behind him, 2 receivers to his left. 5:39 to go. Avon leading 12-0. Fakes the handoff, throws deep, and there's his intended receiver was Matt Luchtefeld. However, he was he bumped into one of his defenders, and that kept him from getting into his position. So the pass falls to the ground incomplete. So
nice job that time, Leck, by Avon there in the double coverage, but they are going to get a pass interference call against the Orioles.
So I'm wondering if I'm wondering if this is my onomastician side coming out. I wonder if Whiteland, some kind of big Dutch community of Luchtefeld and De Baun, both very 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 Dutch names there. But anyway, 5:32 to go here. Now the ball is placed at the 50, and now there's a lot of shifting on the line for Whiteland. And now, so they line up now with Luchtefeld on the right and Parson on the left. Screen pass, and it's intercepted. The intended receiver was Luchtefeld, but, an Avon guy jumped right in front of it.
Yeah, it was 25, Jacob Crosby, I believe. They got in there and got the ball, Lex, so a nice job by Crosby to anticipate and intercept the pass. And let's take a moment to thank another one of our fine sponsors. McNamara Floors is Indy's hometown florist since 1954 with 8 convenient locations, including the Avon store on Rockville Road. McNamara Floors is famous for our floral designs for all occasions, help our clients express their emotions through flowers. Visit McNamara Floors for outstanding personal service and to select from the renowned home decor merchandise, including stunning Christmas classics. McNamara Floors is located at 9655 East Highway 36 in Avon and can be reached at 579-7900.
So now back to action here. Fakes the handoff to Sims. Throws deep down the left side to Carrillo. It's just through his hands. It would have been a touchdown had he made the reception. So both quarterbacks not shy about going deep early in this contest.
Yeah, he was open, Leck, just went right through his hands, tried to make the running catch there. Tell you what, Avon is just one great quarterback after another, it seems like here. And I'll tell you what, number 18, Zach Reinhardt, he's only a sophomore, probably in line to be the starter next year. He's got a nice arm.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he would probably be the starting quarterback of the majority of the varsity teams in the state. The kind of arm he has, just that, he happens to play at a school that's very deep in talent. So now Carrillo to the right, now handoff to Sims, and he weaves his way up for about 2. Man, what an aggressive rusher there. Cameron Sims looking very, very good in the early going. Has both touchdowns. They only give him credit for 1 on that carry, but he's the type he might not break through on every play, but you keep giving it to him, and he will break through sooner or later, probably sooner. So now the Orioles break huddle. They send send Carrillo out to the left. And they get out to the right, 3 receivers to the left. And now we get the play is whistled dead. 4:29 to go here in the second quarter. Avon leading 12-0. Cameron Sims with 2 touchdowns for Avon. Both extra points failed. I'll tell you, I've been seeing some really good fundamental, I've seen some really good fundamental football this year, though. The interception there reminded me that last night, I think, might have been the first time I commentated a game in which there were 2 interceptions, both Jake Hill, the Tri-West quarterback, and then the Western Boone quarterback, Jack Gilliam, each threw 1 interception. I think that's the first time I did a 2-interception game all season. And for each quarterback, by the way, it was only his second in 5 games. So they have some very efficient quarterbacks here in Central Indiana. So now another deep pass down the left side, and this time it just bounces off his hands. He had it. He should have made the catch there. That was intended for Heaton.
Yeah, that's the second time Reinhardt has put it right there, Leck, and just Avon receivers haven't been able to come up with them. So it's 4:07 to go. Avon will punt it away.
Last night at Tri-West, of course, there had been a thunderstorm in the late afternoon. There were several slips early in the game I attributed likely to a wet field, especially with the Tri-West being on natural grass. Do you think the wet ball? Do you think there might be a wet ball problem in this game because of all the rain they had this morning?
Yeah, it could be, but again, these are JV players. They're still learning their routes and learning how to run and catch at the same time. As there's a nice punt, it is received though.
Yep, and at the 25, he runs around. He changed directions about 4 times before being brought down just shy of the 30.
And so, those kids are getting better, and they'll continue to improve, and that's a catch maybe he makes next year. Hey, Avon has a rich wrestling tradition. Red Cobra Wrestling is proud to be a part of that. Red Cobra Wrestling offers training sessions run by nationally known Coach Chad Red. Red Cobra Wrestling is located at 9233 East Highway 36 in Avon, across the street from Walmart and behind sign lines in the Red Brick Building. Red Cobra Wrestling offers sessions for all ages, including 3rd grade and under and 4th grade and up. Learn more about prices, class schedules, and information at redcobrawrestlingacademy.com.
So now Whiteland taking over on offense, 3:50 to go here in the first half, trying to get something going. They have had a tough time sustaining drives all morning so far. So now they line up with 1 receiver on each side. Kevin Stucker is the quarterback. He's got 2 running backs behind him. Now hands off, but they're right on top of him, and he's brought down right around the line of scrimmage. That was Parson again. Stopped dead in his tracks. 3:20 to go and counting, second quarter.
Avon's done a really nice job all half long on this defensive line of getting good pressure, both on run and pass plays.
Yeah, they look really good, and a lot of these guys, would be starting for the varsity at a lot of schools here in Indiana. It just, like I said, Avon, they have such a big enrollment, so and so deeply talented. Coach Bless is really, definitely Avon's reached the point that they're now probably one of the top 2 or 3 schools that's never won a state championship. Hamilton Southeastern have to be behind that list as well, as the play is whistled dead. Got multiple flags down. 2:42 to go, first quarter. Avon 12, Whiteland 0. Second quarter, excuse me. Hard to believe we're already at the midway point of the regular season here. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, I wish they had upped the high school football season to at least 16 games, or better yet, 18 like the Canadian Football League. But anyway, it's surf fun while it lasts, and now we've got Matt Luchtefeld lining up to the left, and then another receiver to the right, 2 running backs, Kevin Stucker under center. He's thrown deep, just hasn't been able to connect. He fakes the handoff now, throws deep down the middle. He's got a man open under double coverage. He makes the catch, and he's going all the way. No, he's brought down at about the 3, but yeah, he had that was outstanding play though. That play covers about 72 yards or so. So yeah, I tell you, he had been throwing deep, consistently throughout the game, never connected until that time.
Yeah, nice job of pitch and catch there. Good running stride reception, and that was a big gain for Whiteland.
Could you tell which Whiteland player got it?
I could not. I was focused on the camera.
Yeah. Oh, I understand. Yeah, I think it was Luchtefeld. I couldn't quite tell from my vantage point. But anyway. So now Luchtefeld out to the right. I believe he was the guy who made the catch. And now handoff there, and he's into the end zone. Or no, they might have stopped him at the 1.
Yeah, got right to the goal line there. Nice job by Avon to push him back and kept him out of the end zone at least for one play.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably not even a yard away. And I believe that was Parson again. And now, Luke DeFeld coming out of the game, getting a well-deserved break. So now let's see. They give Parson. They only give him credit for 1. I thought he'd get a little more than that. But so now let's see. We've got Aaron Adkins now lined up to the right for Whiteland. Now handoff there, and he's going to be possibly brought down again. Maybe we're going to see another incredible goal line stand like we saw last week.
Yeah, he was hit, Leck, in the backfield, got some forward momentum that time, but Avon able to bring a couple tacklers in there, looked like from the linebacker position maybe, and able to stop him short of the goal line, and now Whiteland's going to spend a timeout. And so while they do, Avon Dental Center is a proud sponsor of Avon High School sports broadcasts. Dr. Timothy Greer and Dr. Christopher Lefebvre have served Hendricks County families for over 20 years. Located in Avon's Beechwood Center area, just east of Ivy Tech. They're open Monday through Friday, although early morning hours are available. Avon Dental Center has made and donated custom mouth guards to Avon High School athletes every year for the last 15 years. For more information on how parents can get a mouth guard for their high school athlete or for any dental questions, go to avondentalcenter.com or call for an appointment 272-8100.
Well, back here at Avon, we got an exciting game brewing. Your Avon Orioles are leading the Whiteland Warriors 12-0 in this JV game. However, the Warriors are very close to getting their first score. They have it 3rd and goal at the 1, being set up by a 70-yard pass from Kevin Stucker to Matt Luchtefeld. So now let's see the lineup with Parson and Adkins out to the right. Stucker under center, takes the ball, fakes the handoff. He looks, he could take it himself, and he now throws underhanded, and it's a touchdown. Wow, he was about to get hammered.
Flag flies at the end of the play. Let's see what that was. That was very Tim Tebow-esque, and it's illegal man downfield on Whiteland.
So it's coming back. But yeah, you don't see many underhanded forward passes, in football at any level, but he was about to get hammered, so he did a good job getting away from it, but it's going to be coming back from because of a penalty.
Yeah, just play took forever to develop, and those linemen are down there blocking, and somebody got more than 5 yards downfield, so 5 yards will move him back to the 6. Yeah, it's very Tebow-esque there on that play, Leck.
Yeah, and that's one thing, I love about high school ball is that, they actually have a lot of Tim Tebow-style quarterbacks, that they just don't, unfortunately, the NFL isn't open to. Hopefully Tebow will do well in baseball. I think it's probably a long shot, but it's you got to admire him for giving him the try. You have to admire him for giving it the try, and so I'm sure he'll skyrocket the attendance wherever he plays, just like like Michael Jordan did in his brief baseball career. So now let's see, we've got Adkins lined up to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Cannot tell who the running back is. I believe it's Christensen. And now it's passed out to the left, and it is incomplete. So through the hands of the intended receiver, so it'll bring up 4th and goal at the 6.
You had a man open, just off on the aim on the throw.
So now a crucial play. The Warriors trying to make it a one-possession game before they head to the locker room. 4th and goal at the 6 now, 1:03 to go, second quarter. Avon 12, Whiteland 0. I tell you, when I think about Whiteland, Whiteland, if I had to pick the best high school player I've ever seen, it would probably, of the games I've commentated, that is, and hold that thought until after this play. But, so let's see how they line up. They have Adkins out to the left. They're doing a lot of shifting here. So they got Parsons now to the left and Adkins now shifting over to the right. Christensen, the running back, Stucker under center. And now we've got a flag here. Maybe they had an illegal shift. As much shifting as they did, it's hard to imagine that they didn't make at least one illegal move in there.
Yeah, that's going to move them back 5 more yards. That changes the play here. So Whiteland's had a couple good opportunities deep in Avon territory. Was not able to capitalize the first time, and now really knocking on the door of not being able to get in a second time.
Yep, that's right. So it's, they had it down to the 1. Now after 2 penalties, it's down to the 11. Of course, it was really odd last night on what turned out to be their game-winning drive for Tri-West. They had it down to, I think, the 29. Then they had 2 penalties that took it back to their own 49. And it looked like it was basically over. But then 2 plays later, a short screen pass, and the receiver for Tri-West, managed to somehow fake out to the tackler and take it all the way in down the right sideline. It was an incredible play. But now back to action here at Avon. Stucker takes the ball, rolls to his left. He looks into the end zone. He might try to take it himself. No, he throws. He's got a man open, and he's touchdown. So from fourth and goal at the 11, and the Warriors managed to convert. That's an 11-yard touchdown pass there from Kevin Stucker to could not tell who got it. I apologize for that. So, but anyway, that makes it a one-possession game here. 57 seconds to go in the second quarter. Whiteland had done some good things all morning on offense, but just had not gotten that breakthrough. They always had trouble sustaining drives. So now kicking for the. Here's the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So, first successful conversion of the morning by either team.
Yeah, and that was a nice job there by the Whiteland quarterback, evading the pressure and then ultimately flipping it into the back of the end zone for the touchdown.
Yes, definitely. So, And so anyway, it's 12-7 your score now. So it is going to be a tight game, presumably going into the locker room. Although I would say, with Avon getting the ball back, especially if they get a decent return, I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Cameron Sims a couple of times and see if he does anything with it. But yeah, I'll tell you, when you have 4th and goal that far away from the end zone, it is so tough to score because the other team knows you're almost certain to pass, and they geared their defense accordingly. But that time they really came through in a big way. I remember about 20 years ago when the Jets had Neil O'Donnell as quarterback. They did it. They actually got a successful touchdown on a fourth and goal from the 28. That was incredible.
Oh, and that was a bad move. That ball was going to go out of bounds, and he took it on the on the bounce, and boy, that was a huge change because that's going to be out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9, or it would have been up at the 40.
Yeah. It's now they got 3 of the officials are deliberating now around the spot. I don't think there's any penalty though.
Yeah, they're going to say it was in bounds, and then he took the ball and he stepped out of bounds, so he just out of bounds where he go out of bounds, versus if the ball goes out of bounds on the kickoff, it's great field position. So we'll see what Avon does here, Leck. They elect to just milk this thing out, which they may, because they do have the 1 touchdown lead.
Yeah, from this far back. I mean, if they'd returned it like to the 30 or 40, I could see it. But, of course, they could give it to Sims a couple of times to see if he gets, maybe a 10 or 20-yard breakthrough, but, And they're not playing like they plan to run it out. They got 4 wide receivers there. In the end zone, that's dangerous. The screen pass over to he's got it up past the 20, so they got the first down. The screen pass out to, I believe that was Zion Davis there for Avon. Orioles have not done much passing. Of course, they haven't needed to with Cameron Sims. So they get the first down, and now they do take a timeout. And they're first, so that's why you got to be a strong fundamental team and save your timeouts for situations like this. So 45.3 seconds to go. The Orioles have it 1st and 10 at their own 21, having gained 12 yards to start off the drive. It's a fairly sparse crowd here, probably because of all the rain last night, but we have between the two sides probably in the neighborhood of of 100 fans. Not especially we got a good number from Whiteland, who made the trip. Probably about 35, 40 miles or 35, 40 minutes southeast of here. So now back to action here. So now they line up 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sims, the running back. Now he nearly trips, but the quarterback takes it up to the 35, and he slides down shy of the first down around the 29.
Avon not electing to use a timeout as of yet.
Yeah, they got 2 left, so they still could.
They may be content just to run this thing into the locker room here, Leck, as they didn't use it at this point. I mean, that's you're inside of 20 seconds now.
Yeah, so not showing any urgency. Of course, we'll see what happens after this play, but 2 receivers to each side. Sims, the running back, 11 seconds now. Reinhardt, and he goes deep down the left side. He's got a man. It's going to be just slightly overthrown, though. The intended receiver was Carrillo.
So 4 seconds to go, they'll have one more play.
It's really odd, their clock management, because it's hard to tell if they really want to score or if they just want to run it out. Because it seems like they're doing sort of like in between rather than going all out one or the other. But because when they used the first time out, I thought, okay, they're really going to try to take a serious shot at getting a score here, because they could have almost let the clock run down from there. Run out the half. So now same formation here. Reinhardt in shotgun. Throws up the middle, and it's almost intercepted. The intended receiver was Justin Hyden. So now that brings us to the end of the first half with your Avon Orioles leading 12-7.
All right, we'll take a pause. Be back with the second half. Avon leads it 12-7 here on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Well, back here at Avon, hope you had a nice 10-minute halftime break. And we certainly did. So, we have good popcorn here at Avon. So we set to kick off the second half with your Avon Orioles leading the Whiteland Warriors by a score of 12-7. It was a game in which Cameron Sims did all the scoring for Avon, literally all 12 points. He scored 2 rushing touchdowns, one from 56 yards, the other from 1. And both times the extra point attempts failed. Then finally, with 57 seconds left as the kick goes out of bounds to start the second half, Whiteland, after having trouble sustaining and finishing off drives, finally scored on a 4th and goal from the 11 with 57 seconds left on a pass from quarterback Kevin Stucker, and the extra point brought us to our final score of 12-7. So this is the 5th game of the season. Both of these varsity teams have a record of 2-3. Both, hit hard by graduation last year, but certainly it looked like they have a lot of talent to replenish. So now, Kevin Stucker hands off, and he's going to be brought down. I believe that was Lance Parson again.
Yeah, Avon's defensive line, Leck, has done a great job throughout the course of this game so far.
Yeah, they have, and undoubtedly a lot of these guys will be up playing on the varsity next year and beyond. They bring him down for a loss of 4. Whiteland has used, by my count, 4 different running backs. Handed off to 4 different running backs today. So now Parson lines up to the left, and then I Luke DeFeld to the right. 2 running backs now standing behind Stucker, and now another handoff there. It's going to net maybe 2 or 3. I believe that was Parson again, who had shifted over. No, or maybe that was Richardson. One's 28, one's 29. It's hard to tell the difference between the 28 and 29 with their style of numbers. But anyway, okay, I believe that was Richardson then. They give him credit for 2. So now 1 receiver to each side, 1 running back. Stucker takes it, throws a screen pass over to his left, but there was a little miscommunication and it goes out of bounds. Luke DeFeld was the intended receiver. However, by the time he turned around to look for it, it was already coming his way, and he just didn't react in time. So 3 and out to start off the second half for Whiteland. So now Avon will get the ball back with a chance to rebuild a 2-possession lead, which they had for much of the second quarter. High snap, almost over his head, almost blocked, but he gets it off. Bounces about the 50. Now it takes a huge Whiteland bounce. It takes about a 25-yard, almost 30-yard bounce down to the 20. So good break for the Warriors there.
Yeah, that's something that's really changed over time as more of these schools have gone to field turf. These kickers know what the ball's going to do and then kick it a certain way, and they know exactly how it's going to bounce. Yeah,
I've noticed that this year. I didn't realize it was because of the turf, but that makes sense. And, yeah, I've seen so many times this year where, a modest, maybe even below average punt ended up, rolling about another 15, 20 yards in favor of the punting team. It's not uncommon at all. So now 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Sims, the running back. Sims gets it, and he dodges a tackle at the line of scrimmage, takes it over to the left side. He's got some room. He gets it out past the 30. He's got the first down. So Cameron Sims picking up where he left off in the first half with those 2 touchdowns. Avon must be the varsity team must be very well stacked in running backs for him to be playing JV ball. So you can bet when he gets up to that level, though, he's going to contribute heavily. Got 11 yards on that one. I got him 10 for 118 so far, including 2 touchdowns. Sims gets it again now. And this time he plows his way forward. They might give him forward progress out for a yard. But I think he was triple or quadruple teamed that time. Marking him down right at the line of scrimmage. $7:27 to go and counting here in the third quarter at Avon. The Orioles leading the Whiteland Warriors by a score of 12-7. So now Heaton lines up to the right, along with 2 receivers to the left. Cameron Sims, the running back. Sims gets it, takes it over to his right this time. He could be brought down for a loss. He stiff arms it, but he's brought down for about a 7-yard loss. Just ran out of room. They were on top of him. So that's going to bring up third and about 17. I think that's the first time they've gotten Sims for a loss today. Third and 17 at the 24. 6:42 to go and counting here in the third quarter. Now we've got Carrillo lined up to the right along with 3 receivers to the left. Sims, the running back. And now we've got a timeout for Avon. So let's see. Let's take a time to catch our breath now. And I'll tell you, it's great that we're doing all these additional non-varsity games for Avon this year. It's great to give you all a look at the future of these programs. And certainly, it looks like the future is bright here at Avon as well as elsewhere in Hendricks County. And it looks like, we have several teams here in the county who are capable of making very deep tournament runs this year. Avon, of course, making their deepest tournament run ever last year, getting all the way to the semi-state and losing only by 1 point to eventual state champion Cinder Grove. And, obviously Brandon Peters, one of the great quarterbacks ever to come out of the state of Indiana. Indiana's, in the last generation has improved tremendously in high school football. Hold that thought now to left display. Now we got Carrillo and Heaton lined up to the right, 2 other receivers to the left. Sims, the running back. Reinhardt in shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes the hand up to Sims. Now takes it over to the left side. He could run it himself. He's got some room. And he gets up about 4 yards. It's going to be 4th and long. So it looks like it'll be a punt to end the first Avon possession here of the second half as they mark him at the 28. And Reinhardt, he's had a couple of good runs tonight. For a guy that tall, he looks like he's got pretty good speed. So now 1 receiver to each side. Bounces at about the 50 and down to about the 45. So let's see. Whiteland will be taking over at about their own 45-yard line.
Let's go ahead and hear from one of our sponsors, Lex,
yes.
making our broadcast possible today. Reynolds Body Shop is a proud sponsor of Avon Football Broadcast. They're conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Phone number is 317-243-2372, and they're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at reynoldsbodyshop.com.
Well, back here at Avon, we're about to resume play. Each team has had the ball once here in the third quarter, and each possession ended with a punt. So now with 5:38 to go, Whiteland takes over, trailing 12-7. And we got a handoff there. I believe that was Parson again, and he's brought down right around the line of scrimmage, might even, maybe even for a short loss. Parson had a couple of decent runs early, but he's been stuffed ever since. So that'll be 2nd and 10 as the clock approaches the midway point here in the third quarter. Still anybody's game, although Avon has moved the ball more consistently. So now two receivers to the right, one to the left. One running back, Stucker under center. Pitch back to, I believe it was Richardson. He's got some room there. He gets past midfield. He's going to be close to the first down mark. He might be a yard short. Yes, that was Richardson there. Luke Richardson is only a sophomore, 5'8", 140. So they do give him the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 now at the Avon 45. A Whiteland touchdown, even without the conversion, would put the Warriors in the lead. So now Whiteland lines up. And Nathan Young, or Aaron Adkins, lines up to the left now. Stucker drops back to pass, throws deep again. He's got a man open, and he makes the catch inside the 15. Brought down immediately, but not before picking up a gain of over 30 yards. Matt Luchtefeld makes the reception there. He's had a couple of good receptions tonight.
A really nice catch that time, Leck.
Yes, definitely. So, 1st and 10 now at the 12. So both quarterbacks showing a lot of promise tonight. Or this morning, this morning. Guess I didn't get a lot of sleep last night over excitement of that Tri-West game. But anyway, so now we got 2 receivers now to the left. One running back after that 33-yard pass. And now pass, but it's, hands off, but he's brought down, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. 2:40 and counting here in the third quarter. Avon leading 12-7. Whiteland now in the red zone, threatening to take their first lead of the game. So 2nd and 12 now. They're going to give him a 2-yard loss now. So 2:08 to go and counting here. We've got now Luchtefeld lined up to the left. Richardson, and of course now Parson moves from left to right. We got a handoff here, and he's going to get up inside the 10, bringing up 3rd and about 7 or so.
Already down to a minute 45 left to go in the third, so thus far at least like the clock's moved pretty quickly.
Yeah, it definitely has. Yeah, I think there might have only been one incomplete pass the whole quarter so far. There haven't been many, at least. So they've just kept both teams, just kept the clock moving. So now 2 receivers to the left, 2 running backs. Stucker under center. Crucial 3rd down here. Stucker takes it, rolls to his left. He throws into the end zone, and it is caught, but he didn't get in bounds.
Yeah, we're blocked out by the camera there, by the wall, so thanks, Leck, for telling us what happened.
Yeah.
So 4th down now. Field goal gets you to within 2.
And when we talk about the wall, it's not, there are no political connotations. So 4th and 8 now with, let's see, will they go for it, or will they go for a field goal that would cut the lead to 2? They remember that they got their score on a 4th and goal from the 11. So now we've got Luchtefeld out to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and now we got a flag here. Throws to Luchtefeld in the end zone, and he misses it, but there is a flag. Let's see who it goes against. Still waiting for the signal. It's going to be against the Orioles and against the Warriors, Avon, of course, declines the penalty, so they will take over on downs. So now Avon, with 1:06 to go in the third quarter and a 5-point lead, will take over and try to milk as much of the clock as they can. And or get some points to make it a 2-possession lead and put all the pressure on the visitors. So now we've got Heaton and McBride lined up to the left. I believe it's Carrillo to the right. Sims, the running back, of course. Sims gets it, and he takes it over to the right side, dodges a tackler, gets up to the line of scrimmage. Wow, he breaks through several tackles up to the 25, 30, and he could go all the way. One man to beat, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. And he's brought down, but I think he got into the end zone first. We're still waiting for the signal. They said he's down at the 1. But nevertheless, an 89-yard rush there by Cameron Sims.
Wow, what a run. Leck didn't give up, kept his feet moving, slipped out of the initial line of scrimmage, and then was off to the races.
Yes, and now if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I would bet that they're going to give it to Cameron Sims for what would likely be an easy touchdown rush. So, boy, I'll tell you, between Cameron Sims and then Jarrett Stephen for the freshman team, we've been treated to some real highlight reel material this year at these games. So now hand off to Sims, and he takes it into the end zone for the touchdown, which is appropriate. So 18 points by Avon, 18 points by Cameron Sims. I now have him 14 rushes, 201 yards, and 3 touchdowns. If there were an Indiana JV fantasy team, definitely Cameron Sims is the guy you want this week.
Now I think they're going to go for 2 here, Lack. I think this will be they missed those first 2 extra points, and so I think they're trying to.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, if I were a betting man, I'd bet they're going to give it to Sims again, but we shall see. Could be wrong. They do give it to Sims, and he gets into the end zone for the successful 2-point conversion. So Cameron Sims now has all 20 Avon points.
Hey, McNamara Florist is Indy's hometown florist since 1954 with 8 convenient locations, including the Avon store on Rockville Road. McNamara Florist is famous for our floral designs for all occasions that help our clients express their emotions through flowers. Visit McNamara Florist for outstanding personal service and to select from the renowned home decor merchandise, including stunning Christmas classics. McNamara Florist is located at 9655 East Highway 36 in Avon and can be reached at 579-7900. Leck?
Well, back here at Avon, it's the Cameron Sims show. The running back for Avon, junior, has rushed for over 200 yards now and 3 touchdowns and a successful 2-point conversion, bringing us to our current score of 20-7. He has all 20 Avon points. You know, usually if when your team has 20 points, usually your kicker has at least 1 in there somewhere, but it's all been Sims today. He's been a one-man wrecking crew for Avon. So now kicking off for the Orioles, we have Brian Mansfield. Kicks it deep, and it's fielded at about the 14, right up to the 15. Now Luke DeFeld over to the 20. 25's got a hold up to 30, 35, up to the 40. And, you know, Rob, of course, that last touchdown by Sims, it was set up by that 89-yard rush where he took it from the 10 to the 1. But, you know, what was amazing to me wasn't just the breakaway speed, but the fact that, you know, it looked like they were going to get him down at the line of scrimmage, and he just kept on plowing through. You know, he's showing a lot of toughness, and it was really a third or fourth effort that got him, you know, the breakthrough, you know, where he nearly went all the way. And I give Whiteland credit, though, that they didn't give up on him, and they chased him down and, you know, just delayed by a few seconds him getting that touchdown. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So we head to the fourth quarter here at Avon with your Orioles looking like they're in the driver's seat to another win. They lead Whiteland by a score of 20-7 here on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Avon has a rich wrestling tradition. Red Cobra Wrestling is proud to be a part of that. Red Cobra Wrestling offers training sessions run by nationally known coach Chad Red. Red Cobra Wrestling is located at 9233 East Highway 36 in Avon, across the street from Walmart and behind sidelines in the Red Brick Building. Red Cobra Wrestling offers sessions for all ages, including 3rd grade and under and 4th grade and up. Learn more about prices, class schedules, and information at redcobrawrestlingacademy.com. Leck?
Well, back here at Avon, we're about to start the fourth quarter with your Avon Orioles leading the Whiteland Warriors by a score of 20-7. Cameron Sims has scored 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion, accounting for all of the Avon points. Whiteland now has the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 41. They need 2 touchdowns. They have 10 minutes to do it. Whiteland has had more opportunities than their 7 points would imply. They've just, struggled to finish off drives. So now they line up with Luke DeFeld and I believe that's Hillman out to the right. They have one running back. So I hand off to Hillman on as he shifts from right to left, and he gets up about 3 yards as the clock begins ticking here in the fourth quarter at Avon.
And now with that 2-score lead, it really does put an onus on the Whiteland Warriors to get moving quick.
Yeah, it does, especially like I said, they only 10-minute quarters, as opposed to 12 minutes in varsity ball. So they've got now 9:24 and counting to go. They got 2 receivers out to the right, 1 running back. Stucker takes the snap. He rolls to his right, running out of room. He throws over to the sideline. And it would have been out of bounds even had Hillman made the reception, so that'll bring up a very crucial 3rd and 7. And we do have a flag, however.
Nice job by the Avon secondary that time, stepping up, coming in, making that hit to jar the ball loose at the end of the play. We'll see what the flag is.
Yes, the defense, the effort from the Avon defense has been very strong all game. A couple of the officials are deliberating here. So it is going to be against Avon there. So Whiteland gets a good break. They get a first down, 9:13 to go. They need 2 touchdowns. Very pleasant game, weather-wise, 70 degrees here in Avon under a very cloudy sky. We had a lot of rain overnight. Supposed to have a lot more later this afternoon, but hopefully it will at least hold on. Hopefully it will at least hold off till the rest of the game. So now lining up with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back. Stucker now under center, 8:54 to go and counting in the fourth quarter. Drops back, now rolls to his right. It looks, and now he throws it just to get rid of it. He was close enough to Hillman that it wouldn't be intentional grounding. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Ball is at the Avon 44. Tell you, we have 4 games left in the regular season, and usually by the time we get up to about 5 or 6, I have to wear long sleeves. By the time we get to week 5 or 6, I have to wear long sleeves to a game. So far, I haven't this year, so it'll be nice. The longer we can hold out, the better, because some of those tournament games, especially, usually pretty chilly, especially in some of the more primitive press boxes. So now, a pass, it's intended for Hillman, incomplete off his hands. Would have been close to a first down had he gotten it. 8:40 to go. They only lost 4 seconds, but they need to get something going here quickly. Third and 10 now at the Avon 44. Avon 20, Whiteland 7. Cameron Sims with 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion for the Orioles. That's the big story here today. So now, Stucker under center. Now he hands off to, I believe, to Hillman, who gets up for about 4 yards, gets out of bounds, but it's going to be well short of the first down here. It'll bring up about 4th and 6. Very crucial 4th down. Now they mark it at the 39. Now they give him a little bit better of a spot than I suspected. So now 8:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. And if Whiteland does not get a touchdown on this drive, then they will be not out of it, but certainly in a deep hole. So now fake handoff by Stucker. He rolls to his left. He's got a man open, makes the catch. He's going to get the first down and more, and he gets inside the 30, and he gets down to about the 20. So big break for the Warriors when things started to look bleak for them.
He got a big block down the field there, Leck. It was, very nearly a block in the back, but the official let it go. Unfortunately for the Whiteland player, he'd almost committed to running out of bounds, and so he did go out of bounds. He might have been able to go the distance.
Yeah, definitely. And nevertheless, though, they mark him out the 23, so that was a very crucial gain of about 16 yards there for the Warriors on 4th down. They've come through on 4th down a couple of times in this game. Had they not, it would be pretty much over by now. So 8:09 to go and counting. There we've got now Luke DeFeld out to the left, and then we've got Parson and I believe Hillman and one other to the right. So now Stucker fakes a pass. He starts to take it himself, but he's brought down.
Yeah, nice job. That'll go as a sack, Leck. And again, the Avon interior defensive line has done a great job throughout the game. With 7:45 to go, that's a big play. Stop some of that Whiteland momentum.
Yeah, and, Kevin Stucker, the Whiteland quarterback, like his Avon counterpart, has a very good arm, but the thing is he just hasn't had a lot of time to, look downfield, and he hasn't had the time that, a quarterback would like to have. So they really, helped neutralize his arm strength here in this game. So now one receiver to each side, one running back. Now, Hillman took it as he shifted from left to right, and he's brought down. They were right on top of him, and he's brought down for a loss. So now it's going to be 3rd and long as the clock hits the 7-minute mark here in the quarter. Game looks like it's starting to slip away from the Warriors. A field goal will do them almost no good here, so they just about have to get the touchdown. So now the Warriors line up. Luke DeFeld to the right. Richardson to the left. Parson, the running back. Stucker takes it, drops back to pass. Screen pass over to Hillman. It's a little bit over his head, so that'll bring up 4th and 16 now for the Warriors. The game, largely hinges on this play. They've had, they've converted 2 4th and double-digit plays tonight. Will they make it 3? It's very hard when, in that kind of situation, your opponent knows that you're almost certain to pass. 6:19 to go. Clock stopped here in the fourth quarter. Avon 20, Whiteland 7. So now lining up with Richardson to the right, Parson in the backfield. Now Hillman shifting out to the left. Stucker takes it. He throws into the end zone, and it is incomplete. So the Orioles take over on downs with a 13-point lead and 6:13 to go, and they can really put this one in cruise control right now.
Looked like he had the ball, Leck, and then second Avon defender came over, made a hit, knocked the ball loose, and as you said, that's a big play because now it'll give Avon possession, and they still have that 2-score lead with 6:13 left to go in the game.
Yeah, that's right. So looking ahead, next Friday, the varsity Orioles will be back here at Avon for a big Hoosier Crossroads Conference game against Fishers. And hold that thought here. So now for Avon, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Cameron Sims, the running back. Reinhardt hands it. No, it's we've got a flag here, by the way, but Devin Effinger, who's also done some good things tonight, is in the game for Avon, and very possibly Cameron Simmons will get the rest of the game off, which he's has very well earned. But let's see what the penalty is. So again, next Friday night, right here at Avon, your Orioles will host the Fishers Tigers, 2010 state champions. Be interesting to see how that situation up there with their head coach plays out. He was placed on administrative leave yesterday, so hopefully it is nothing serious. Coach Rick Wimmer, one of the great living legends here in Indiana, won state championships with Fisher as well as with Zionsville. So now, screen pass completed over to Robbie Heaton, who takes the ball up to about the 26. So that'll be a gain of about 4. Heaton's second reception of the game, so now we've got Heaton and McBride out to the right. Hands off now to, Cameron Sims is back in the game, but this time he's stuffed for, might have gotten back to, they actually give him a 2-yard loss there.
Yeah, and, like right now, Avon in full ball and clock control mode.
Yeah. And the only thing good to say about, Whiteland is, at this point, is if they were to get as far as Whiteland's chances to win, if they do make the stop here, they'll get the ball back with over 4 minutes to go, and they still have all 3 timeouts, but it's still bleak. So now Reinhardt dodges a sack, throws up the middle, it's completion, and he's got the first down and more. Brought past the midfield up to about the 47, and that will go a long way toward putting this one away. So Sean Lewis there, a sophomore tight end, gets a gain of about 22 yards there. That's his first reception of the game.
Yeah, and that's going to make it really tough for Whiteland. Great job by the quarterback. Take his time, find the receiver in the middle of the field, and then nice catch and run afterwards. And Avon now can really run this clock down and try to melt this thing away if they want to.
Yeah, so now 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sims, the running back. Reinhardt in shotgun. Passes over to Sims, who gets it at the 45. Now 40 up to the 35, and he's knocked out of bounds. So Cameron Sims moves the chains again for the Orioles in his first reception of the game, having been a holy terror on the ground all day. Well over 200 all-purpose yards now for Cameron Sims, as well as all 20 Avon points. Literally all 20. 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. So now McBride and Heaton line up to the right. Murillo to the left. Sims the running back. Reinhardt in shotgun. Takes it, hands off to Sims. He's got a hold up to the 30, 25, and now up to about the 21. So another first down for Cameron Sims.
Yeah, and you can tell just a lot of wind has been taken out of the Whiteland sails here, Leck.
Yeah, and truth be told, Whiteland has not played badly. They just, they've just struggled all game to finish drives, and they've left quite a few points out there on the field. So now lining up, let's see, we've got Robbie Heaton and McBride lining up to the right, and another receiver to the left. And now we've got Effinger back into the game. Effinger gets in. He could go all the way himself, and he does. So Effinger there with a 22-yard touchdown rush. First points of the game by anyone other than Sims. So, yeah, between Effinger and Sims, Avon has just completely dominated the rushing attack of this game, putting it away by taking a 3-touchdown lead with 3:22 remaining here in the quarter.
Yeah, and that'll definitely put a stamp on this one as Avon's going to go on to win this game today.
Yes, so definitely some great highlight reel material by Sims and, to a lesser extent, Effinger now. They're going for 2 again. Cameron Sims is in there. He already has 1 successful 2-point conversion. This time, a pass into the back corner of the end zone. It's caught, but out of bounds.
Hey, Avon Dental Center is a proud sponsor of Avon High School sports broadcast. Dr. Timothy Greer and Dr. Christopher Lefebvre have served Hendricks County families for over 20 years. Located in Avon's Beechwood Center area, just east of Ivy Tech, they're open Monday through Friday, although early morning hours are available. Avon Dental Center has made and donated custom mouth guards to Avon High School athletes every year for the last 15 years. For information on how parents can get a mouth guard for their high school athlete or for any dental questions, go to avondentalcenter.com or call for an appointment at 272-8100. Leck?
Well, I'll tell you, both Cameron Sims and Devon Effinger are juniors, so, it looks to me like a foregone conclusion they're going to be starting for the varsity team next year, and maybe Jarrett Stephen be their backup, and certainly Stephen, a couple of years after that, he should be their number one back. So Avon is absolutely loaded in the running back department right now, and, these JV and freshman games we've done this year, they've provided, a good chunk of highlight reel material. So 3:22 to go now. Avon having opened up a 3-possession lead. Kicks deep, and it's fielded at the 10. Brought up to the 15, 20, 25, 30. He's got some room on the right side of the field, and he gets up almost to the 40, so that's a nice return there by, that was Will Shipe for Whiteland. So the Warriors offense takes over, 3:14 to go, down by 19 points. Avon has just slowly pulled away the entire game. With the Avon has scored 1 touchdown in each of the 4 quarters. So now it looks like we've got a lot of new players in for the Warriors. Although Stucker is in, and Hillman is still in there as well. So now we got a handoff that goes for about 5 yards. I believe that was Hillman who made that rush there. So the clock hits the 2:30 mark. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. Again, Avon on their way to a very solid win. This is one of those, when you look back at it, there's really not a whole lot you can think that, they should have done and failed to do. I mean, it was definitely, an A-caliber performance. And now Stucker in trouble, but he throws downfield. He's got a man open on the left side. He makes the catch inside the 40, inside the 30. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 22. So now with exactly 2 minutes to go in the game, the clock will stop to move the chains. So Whiteland trying to put some more points on the score late. Definitely it's been definitely Avon's been the better team tonight, though. Although, it should be noted that Avon has had some moments offensively. Whiteland's had some moments offensively. It's like I said, they've struggled to complete drives. But now Stucker throws into the end zone, and he's got it down at about the 1. I could not tell who that was.
We'll give a lot of credit to Whiteland here. They're not giving up.
Yeah, so now they're knocking on the door of a touchdown. And I'll tell you, Kevin Stucker, he has had some good passes. He's made some passes that, were drops or, near misses. So, a couple of things had gone differently. He could have had a 200-plus yard game for the Warriors. So now 1st and 10 at the 1. I could not tell who made that last reception, but now Stucker takes it. He hands off to, I believe that was Richardson, who's into the end zone for the touchdown. 1:31 to go. So that will cut the lead to 26-13 with the conversion pending. And it looks like they are going to go for the Yeah, they looks like they are going to go for the 2-point conversion here. No, they're going to kick it, excuse me. So see, number 37 is the holder for Whiteland. That is Isaac Ibayer. The kick is up, and it is good. So 26-14, your score with 1:31 to go. Possible onside kick coming up for the Warriors. You know, last week I commentated at Danville against Tri-West, and Danville is the Warriors. So, you know, I keep thinking one of these, I've been commentating 5 years now, one of these games, you know, it's likely I will commentate two different teams against each other who both have the same nickname. So, you know, that will be very, very interesting. And I'll probably just avoid saying the nickname. I'll probably just have to say the name of each school. Just amazed. Last night, you know, I had Tri-West and Western Boone, so both teams had the word West in their name, and you know, I don't think I ever referred to one team as the other. Amazingly, I might have, but if I didn't, it was I'm amazed. So 1:31 to go. Let's see if they will go for an onside kick here. Still a 2-touchdown deficit. Although on that last drive, Whiteland moved the ball as efficiently as they've moved it all game. And Kevin Stucker has completed some very big passes tonight, so he certainly has a future with this team. So now it's I don't know if it was intended to be an onside kick, but it was fielded by Avon, brought up to the 40, 45, 50, 45, and almost up to the 40. That was Heaton there on the return. You know, just notice that Heaton has his name on the back of his jersey, and you know, it's some Orioles have their name on their jersey, some don't for whatever reason. But anyway, looking at their, I'll hold that thought until after this play. I was going to read off the remaining Avon varsity schedule here. First and 17, first and 10 now. And a handoff to Effinger again. And this time he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, and he stays on his feet, but, you know, pushed back about 10 yards. But I think they're going to give him forward progress up to the line of scrimmage with 1:05 remaining here in the game. But anyway, looking ahead there, at Avon's remaining schedule. They have 4 games left in the regular season. They host Fishers next Friday night. Then they go up to Westfield on September 30th to play the Shamrocks, who've been a much improved team the last few years. Got to the Class 5A state championship game 2 or 3 years ago. And now a handoff to Effinger again, takes it over on the right side, and this time he gets maybe 2 or 3, and that could be the last play of the game. However.
Yeah, Leck, we want to close by thanking our sponsors that make all of our Avon football broadcasts possible, including McNamara Florist, Reynolds Body Shop, Red Cobra Wrestling, and the Avon Dental Center. So thanks to all those folks for making it possible for us to come out and bring you all the Avon football games this year on Audio Sports Online, as well as the Mark Bless Show. That is going to do it for today's broadcast. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leck, final thoughts.
Well, what can you say? It was the Cameron Sims show. The junior running back gave an A++ performance with 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion, well over 200 yards on the ground, as well as a nice reception there. So between him and also a fellow running back, Devin Effinger, who had a touchdown tonight, looks like the Orioles have a very bright future. Is a nice win, and definitely gives them a lot to look forward to for these guys moving up to the varsity squad. And so thank you for joining us, and hope to have you with us on Friday night for the varsity game against Fishers.
Yeah, okay, that's going to do it for us. So don't forget, we'll have the Mark Bless Show coming your way on Tuesday. Your coach's thoughts on Friday night's game against Whiteland, and a look ahead to next Friday, as Lex said, against Fishers. Final time, Avon 26, Whiteland 14. For Lex Zorn, I'm Rob Kendall, saying have yourself a great Saturday.
Good night.